Hey guys, thank you for clicking to watch this video. My name is Anjola, and today I'm going to be doing a story time slash vlog, basically letting you know all about my travel journeys. If you want a tutorial on this look, check it out on my channel. I just filmed this look trying on some new makeup products, new foundation, so check that out if you're interested in that. But if not, then just stay tuned for the rest of this vlog. So basically, about a month ago, I left Lagos to come to London. So I got on an evacuation flight and I actually had to do a long flight. I actually went from Abuja, but that was for personal choice. So from Lagos, I went to Abuja, and then from Abuja, I went to Dubai the next day. My first leg of traveling was going from Lagos to Abuja. That was already long enough. Arik Air they were actually alright, you know. I just had to wear gloves and wear a face mask and do all of that. So that part, traveling from Lagos to Abuja, wasn't actually that intense. It was then my leg from Abuja to London. So basically, I had to go through Dubai. There's no British Airways, there's no Virgin Atlantic, there's no straight trips. I had to go by Emirates. I think Emirates were the only ones that were flying. I don't know why. But oh, by the way, I booked this ticket through a travel agent. So I had to wear face mask throughout. I'm hearing that Corona is now airborne. I don't even know. I even had the extra shield over my eyes, over my whole face, you know, the whole face shield. That was very dramatic. I was like, what the hell is going on? I actually felt like some kind of scientist in a lab or something. That was the first time I had ever worn that face shield. Usually I just wear like my mask when I'm out and about. And then when I landed in London, I had to do the whole 14-day isolation. I didn't even leave the house to get groceries. I didn't leave to go on a walk. I didn't do any of that. I was a law-abiding citizen. We actually had to fill out some long form saying that, you know, we're gonna comply to the rules and all of that, basically promising that we weren't gonna go outside. So there was a 14-day isolation period from anybody coming into London on an international flight. So that we had to do. And the flight was actually very empty. I would say I had a whole row to myself, to be honest. It was like for every row there was one person. That was the most ideal flight. It was very nice because we were socially distanced. I wish it could be like that all the time, like you get like on an empty-ish plane, but obviously only during a pandemic could it be empty. And when we got on the plane, we were actually given this travel hygiene kit. I don't know why I still have mine, to be honest. It was full of pair of gloves, 2 face masks, hand sanitizer, and hand wipes. When we landed into Dubai, they were like, gloves on, everybody gloves on. They didn't make a fuss on the plane, but when we landed in when we landed in Dubai government was like, you're not bringing no shit here, even though you actually had to do a COVID test. So before I got on the plane, I actually had to do a COVID test. So I had to make sure that I was negative of the virus before I was allowed on the plane or in another country, which makes sense, you know. You're trying to prevent the spreading of this disease as best as you can. So that is why I was actually kind of okay on the plane, because I knew that everybody around me had to have done a COVID test and had to have had it negative for the last 48 or 72 hours. You know, they had to make sure that you are COVID negative, bruh. This is not normal times that you're living in. All the air hostesses were fully wearing that hazmat suit, so they were very well protected. They still served food, drink, everything as normal. The only thing that they didn't serve was duty free. You know how usually, I think on flights, they go around like saying, you know, duty free, but they didn't do that. They only did the essentials, which was food, coffee, breakfast, lunch, all of that. So when we then got to Dubai, my layover, Dubai airport, I actually had to lay over for about 5 hours. Literally, all the seats had social distancing signs. Some even had wall partitions, like your own cubicle when you were in your seats. They were honestly like, you guys stay in your confined space, okay? And due to COVID, there was no cabin baggage allowed, so you weren't allowed to take a hand luggage and put it in the overhead storage, which was shocking for me, and I'm sure all the other Nigerians flying, because you know how we love our hand luggage and overpacking. I am definitely someone that's always overpacking. It wasn't hectic in sense of a lot of passengers, but it was hectic with going in, and oh my gosh. So when I actually got to the Abuja airport, Obviously this wasn't just for my flights, but the amount of people that were outside, you all had to queue outside before you got into the actual airport. And I won't lie to you, that queue was a lot. It was long, and everybody was also socially distanced. It was a lot of people. At least there were about 100 people waiting outside the airport to get in. Shout out to having connections, because I don't know how I would have done it, but the actual flight was fine. You just had to mentally prepare that you were going to be wearing your mask and your gloves, and you know, it was weird. It was a weird dynamic on the flights. There was no airy feeling. You know how some, usually when I've been on a flight before, I've made a couple of friends. This one, all around me was empty anyway, which I loved. I am not complaining. I stretched out. I was, you know, living like I was in business class, but really I was in economy. Now that I'm in London, honestly, I'm still self-isolating. I know the streets of London, people are turning up. I'm still mainly doing only essential stuff. I just want things to be clearer and safer before I start going out again. But I'm happy to see that things are at least almost going back to normal here in London, or at least they're pretending. The people of London are really pretending, but you know, it's the new normal, right? I know everybody hates that. I'm still wearing my mask everywhere, even though I'm just going like on a walk to the shops or on a walk to the park. I'm still wearing my mask. And yeah, since I've been in London, I've missed Lagos. I have a lot of friends at home. I have some family members at home as well. What else? I think that's it for now. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm in no way, shape or form glamorizing traveling during COVID-19, because it really wasn't fun. It felt like an alternative universe. I know that sounds extreme, but actually, does it sound extreme? No, it doesn't. It felt very weird, honestly, because the airport already was getting to that stage where I wasn't super geeked out about traveling. When I don't like the process of traveling anymore. I just like getting to my destination, because when you were a child it was really exciting to travel and go to the airport, but now I feel like it's just a bit stressful, like packing and getting yourself together. I wish I could snap my fingers and be at my destination. But again, traveling still had some novelty, not novelty, it had some glitz and some glamour to it. Even though it could be stressful, it was a lot more fun than the journey that I just did. So at this pandemic, and traveling is not fun, but I got here in the end in one piece. We shall see what the next couple of months have in store for me. So I hope you like this video. Definitely subscribe, like, comments, share, do all of that good stuff, and see you in my next video. Bye guys.